Hi, I'm Dave O'Higgins. Today I'd like to look at constructing a melodic line on a dominant seventh chord. I'm going to be talking in tenor saxophone key and we'll be looking at the chord G7. Now the premise of this idea is that we're going to divide the chord, which goes like this. We're going to construct three more chords on top of that. So that was the root, the third, the fifth and the seventh. We're going to construct a chord based on the third, which is like this. A chord from the fifth, like this. And a chord from the seventh. And we're going to need two different chromatic approaches as well. One of them is from the root down to the seventh. And the other one is chromatically from the second up to the third. Okay, so we've got all of our basic material we need now. And the first line we're going to play is built on the third of the chord. So that's from the B, and we're going to go up from the 3, the 5, the 7 to the 9, and then down the scale with the chromatic note inserted between the root and the seventh, like this. Then the second exercise is we're going to do the same idea, but starting on the fifth. So we're going to play the chord coming up from the fifth, which is the 5, the 7, the 9, and the 11. And we're going to come down the scale with the extra note. The next one will start on the seventh, and it's the same principle, except the last three notes will ascend from the second chromatically up to the third, like this. So now we can put it all together in one long line and we get this nice little thing. Let me play it a bit slower. 3, 4. And a bit faster again. Now we're going to do the same thing starting on the fifth. I'll do it a bit slower this time. And now the same thing from the seventh. And a bit slower. Now we've got one long line joining them all up, and it goes like this. The next idea puts this line into the context of a 2-5-1 in the key of C major. So we've got D minor 7, G7, C major. And we're going to start with the line built on the fifth of the G7. So that's D minor 7 shape going up. I'll explain what I've done after I've done it, and it goes like this. So what I did was I just came down the scale at the end and resolved on the G, which is the fifth of C major. So I'll do that a bit more slowly. And that fits the harmony beautifully of the 2-5-1, which you'll hear in context now. The next 2-5-1 pattern will be starting on the seventh of the G 7 chord, which is the F, or you can think of it as the third of D minor 7. So it goes like this. There was an extra chromatic approach, a double chromatic approach to the third of the C major chord, which was like this. So I'll play that whole line again. It goes like this. Now here it is in context.